Maybe one day our children's children will drop into Wailing Woods. An upgraded one. 10 teleporters.
Well, hello, would you look at that? It's your children's child here. It might not be upgraded or have 10 teleporters, but welcome back to Wailing Woods. It's been over 5 years since Wailing Woods left us the first time, and now it's once again preparing to leave us again. And as a personal favorite location of mine, I feel like I had to do it justice before it left. In game number 1, I made it out of Wailing Woods with some pretty solid loot and made my way down to Dusty Divot for a driftboard. And while being cool as hell in the salt fields, I found myself a default and challenged him to battle. He actually wasn't too bad at the game, but he simply just couldn't handle the power of my minigun. Many such cases. Later, I then rode up to this fight by the outskirts in style and did some pretty heavy damage, but I got a little short-sighted as I chased him down, which allowed someone else entirely to take me out. In game number 2, I was contested by a fish at Wailing Woods, but don't worry, I do catch and release. But as I was having a peaceful time fishing, one of the kids escaped from my basement and was on the run. Oh no. You know, it's a shame, my basement's actually really cool. I don't know why you wouldn't want to stay here forever. I only left because the storm was encroaching, but otherwise I don't see a reason to leave. I should probably tell that to the next batch of kids. I grabbed a plane to the Team Rumble Mountain Outpost because this was recorded in Season 7, but outside of Tilted Towers I was forced to use my wet napkin shotgun against the spaz. But though spaz beats tac, fall damage beats the spaz. However, in an attempt to look cool and deploy my glider late, I also fell to my death. That's pretty embarrassing. Had a pretty good start in Wailing Woods in game 3, and now have literally everything I could ever want, which is pretty common for landing at Wailing. Wailing's obviously fantastic for materials, but it's not just wood. A lot of people forget about the rock garden that's just west of Wailing. It's some of the most easy and secure stone on the entire map. And now with my fantastic wood, stone, and perfect loot, I was able to easily make it into the top 10, and not without a quick dogfight. The first soul I took in this game was this prisoner in Paradise Palms who succumbed to my minigun just like many before and after him. The minigun's honestly a must carry in Season 7. That thing cuts through planes like butter. After that, the game turned into a 1 vs 1 with a surprisingly good DJ yonder. I lost, but don't worry, I get plenty of other chances in this video. In game 4, I dropped Wailing Woods. You probably know how this works by now. And if you don't, you can figure it out. You're smart. I believe in you. Unfortunately for me in this game, though, I wasn't the only person who dropped into Wailing. In game 5, my drop was unconventional, but it was pretty goated. Or I guess, llamed. My loot out of Wailing was pretty mediocre this game, but it doesn't matter because I'm actually fairly decent at this video game. After I stole a spaz, I did some light supply drop hunting in Dusty Divot, but there was a lynx already there. She was an extremely easy kill, and I left without a scratch. You can always count on someone romping around in the salt fields. This time I performed a calculated dive bomb attack on this lynx. However, literally immediately afterwards, I was attacked once again by someone else. I don't mind the fighting though, keeps me limber. Now it's a 1v1 and the other guy seems like he's a little scared to come out and play. No worries though, my minigun will convince him. Oh yeah, I convinced him alright. I convinced him to take a nice long walk down to the afterlife. Rest assured, my defaulty powers aren't done yet. Welcome to game 6. The final circle was closing around the little Pueblo town in the desert, and I had my plane gun trained on one of the only players left in the match. My plane scared him into submission, and I finished the deed with my spaz, just like 98% of other kills in the season. While I was lurking around the village, I got jump scared by one of the 2 other players in the match. But I hit him in the head with a clean 200, and he was no longer a problem. And now it was just me and one other guy. I grabbed height with a sky base and beamed the other player out of the sky for my 2nd win in a row. Always feels good to get a back-to-back. That was pretty great. Game 7 was a pretty standard game out of Wailing, made it to the final zone with 0 kills and got engaged in a dogfight. This was a very sweaty lobby though, and everyone who was left alive scared me a lot, so I just ended up kind of hiding by Flush Factory. And even with a gold AK and a minigun, that doesn't seem to work out too often. Once again, a pretty standard game out of Wailing Woods. I'm chilling on top of a mountain with 4 people left and 0 kills. You better call me Hank, 'cause I'm defending this hill by pumping this guy's face full of propane using propane accessories. Thank you, kind sir, for your donation of a gold spaz. I will now go on to win this game. He's not good. Need minigun win. Come on. He's so low. No! Hey, the guy I choked to last time dared to contest me at Wailing Woods. He's gonna go through this teleporter. Just watch. Only took a few seconds sitting and waiting, and there he is. Served right to me on a silver platter. I love the teleporter trap. It's so easy, but it's so good. All I ever wanted for Christmas was a pumped shotgun, but it looks like the only thing Santa had for me was a blue tack in this game, which I already had. Was anyone able to find a pump this game? I guess we were all on the naughty list, because me and the 3 other people I ran into all had tacks. I just know I'm finna die the second I run into anyone with a spaz. It's just how the cookie crumbles in Season 7. Well, I guess I'd better enjoy whatever life I have left by hopping on a plane and taking a quick little vacation. But little did I know the vacation would be to the kingdom of heaven, because guess what gun this guy had? Yeah! You know, I love Season 7 to death, but you run into someone with a spaz and you only have a tack, your fate's pretty much sealed. No, we're already halfway through. I dropped Wailing again, if you were wondering. This is a video about Wailing. If you want to know why I'm not showing the beginning of a lot of these games, because most of it looks like this. There really isn't a lot of action at Wailing Woods. But you know, that's exactly what makes it so great. Fantastic loot, fantastic materials, and no competition. It's perfect. Fun fact, I originally started recording this video in Season 6, but I decided against it because the teleporters weren't active yet. And you know, the teleporters just make Wailing an infinitely better location. They really just tie the whole thing together. Really a shame they were only in for 1 season. And hey, if you like what you've seen so far and you'd want to see more, it'd mean a lot if you took a moment to subscribe. I only upload like every month or two, so I won't be clogging up your feed. It'd just help me out a lot. Thanks. Anyway, I slid into the top 10 in the desert with a nice little kill on Balloon Boy here. This default tried to take that kill from me, so instead I took his life. And just spaz. Thank you. And now with perfect loot, I'm just vibing in the final circle without a care in the world. And it was on top of that mountain that I got engaged in a very long build fight with a guy who had an RPG, so I had to be extra careful. Thankfully though, he didn't really know how to use it effectively, so it really just ended up being a donation for me. And now in a 1v1, it didn't take me too long to find the other guy hiding out in a ranch house. And equipped with a gold spaz and an RPG, this game was light work. It's weird, Plague's my main skin, but I rarely ever use his female counterpart, so I guess I'll get some use out of her here. It's a good skin. Wailing Woods went as Wailing Woods does, and I left using the Rift for some pretty good loot. You know, I only really started using driftboards when I started recording this video. I forgot how much fun they are, they're a great vehicle. One of my favorite activities in Fortnite is gunning down unsuspecting men in the streets. But with this man's blood on my hands, I now have a spaz, which means I can win. Now, it's a 1v1, and this 1v1 is gonna be a dogfight. Oh, hell yes. If there's one thing you should know for your survival, it's that you should never challenge me to a dogfight. I will win every time. Now in a boring old ground fight, he was trembling in his boots, terrified of my infinite power. And rightfully so. The second I got a chance to, I took him out with one clean shot to the head. Got landed on by a powder at the start of game 12. Thanks for the SMG kill, I needed that for a challenge. Wailing was actually pretty busy today, surprisingly. I had to defend my basement from a new shipment of unwanted children. Thanks, but no thanks, I already have enough kids down here, they cost too much to feed. Made it up to my other favorite location and quickly killed a man who owed me some money. Every criminal operation must come to an end eventually though, and this time my sentence was reaching max height. Whoop-de-doo, made it to the final Klein bottle again in game 13, and I turned it into a 1v1 with this clean little snipe. Ooh, that was nice. It was gonna be a little harder than usual because I didn't have any mobility. Usually I like to keep some gliders on me at least. But thankfully I never ended up needing gliders because he went down incredibly easy. I don't even know how many wins this is, like 5? I'm not keeping track. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're gonna be getting another back-to-back because game 14 was another one of those games where I just couldn't find a pump shotgun. Okay, it looks like he's distracted. I might be able to escape. Please, inshallah. Got JW on in game 15, so you gotta know I found someone in the cabins and baited them through the teleporter, which I trapped up. It took them a little while to finally go through, but they always fall for it. Every time. All kids these days know is charge they phone, ride driftboard, eat bullet, and lie. I made it to the final dodecahedron with ease and squarely in a skybase. And I definitely would've won it, had I actually deployed my glider, or hit that shot. God damn it. Sometimes the kids get a little hungry and go rummaging for the food I don't feed them. You just gotta sing them a quick lullaby to put them to sleep. And I think this is the first time I was scared of a really sweaty guy in the kill feed, but I actually ended up killing him. Maybe I really am getting better at this game, that's fun. I took a quad crasher down to the remnants of Greasy Grove, rest in peace, to try and complete a challenge. I didn't end up getting the challenge, and I got sniped. How rude. At least it was just a body shot, so I got to show him what we do to people without manners in this house. I was hoping the guy I killed earlier was the sweatiest guy in the lobby. I was wrong. Alright, third time's the charm with Giovanni Wiccolini, let's get it. The final, what's the word? Circle was closing around Salty Springs, and I was busy taking names. With pristine loot, pristine mats, and pristine aim, I once again whittled this game down to a 1 vs 1. It wasn't even really a final fight, I just kinda shot him like I was hunting him for sport. God, I just wanted to grab a plane like I always do. You didn't have to turn it into this whole ordeal. Leave me alone. Final shape was closing around Frosty Flights, and the other player was quite good, so I was a bit weary. Yeah, I lost, but I have like 7 wins in this video. I am completely content. Game 19 was another pretty standard game out of Wailing Woods. My loot was absolutely godly, so I wasn't afraid of anyone. Though yeah, crashing into someone with the energy of September 11th will draw a lot of attention. Most of it unwanted, but hey, at least it fits the vibe. And here we are, game 20 of Wailing Woods. I'm gonna be sad to see this place go. It really can't be understated just how incredible this location is. It is definitely in my top 3 favorites of all time. Just everything about it is so unique and cool. There really aren't any downsides of dropping here at all. Sure, it might be a little secluded, but that means that you can get to the end game a lot more. And with all the loot and materials it has, as well as the great mobility options, if you get to the end, you have a very good chance of winning. All that's to say, Wailing Woods, you've been great. But now, it's time to get one last win for the road. I camped on top of Stunt Mountain for a while until a sneaky little Nogops tried to attack me. She challenged me to a very risky spray battle, which was really close, but I still came out on top. Thankfully, she had a Diet Dr. Pepper to replenish me, otherwise I would not be having a good time. Once Stunt Mountain was out of the zone, I made my way over to the other tallest mountain. It's a good strategy if you don't like dying. Then I just sat safely and took some long shots for fun. Holy shit, I actually hit him, what the fuck? Easy! Easiest thing I've done all day. I wanted to snipe guy number 2 also for good measure, but he got shot dead by guy number 3 before I could reload. And now it's just a 1 vs 1 against someone who's not that good at the game. This is gonna be a slam dunk. Respect for trying to minigun me, but it's not gonna work. I have the power of Wailing Woods flowing through my veins. Boom, that's it. I think that's 7 or 8. Regardless, really good win rate. That's Wailing Woods for you. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I put a ton of effort into every video I make. Thanks of course to Luke the Notable for the video concept, and to Project Era for allowing me to play Chapter 1 Fortnite in the first place. I couldn't do it without them. I'm gonna miss Wailing Woods a lot, but I'm also really excited for what Season 8 has in store for us. That's all for now. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.